Well, I was kind of bummed out to find out Jerry Springer passed away. He got cancer. God, just I think at the beginning of the year, according to the article. And yeah, 79 years old, passed away in Chicago. But boy, Jerry Springer, what an icon. Boy, I was studying his career, and political, and then there's a little bit of crazy stuff and scandal. And boy, when he became the host of the Jerry Springer show, I just can't imagine. Like, remember Maury Povich? He was doing his best to be a legit, I guess, TV anchor, and then he went to like a current affair or something like that, and then he went to crazy stuff like Jerry. But Phil Donahue, at my age, I just remember seeing a wacky guy with blonde hair named Phil Donahue. And oh my God, there's been, and do you guys remember a guy named Gordon Elliott? And when I was in radio in the 80s and the 90s, the company that I worked for bought the Morton Downey Jr. show. And do you remember Morton? He started off as a singer. Like his dad, I think, was a professional singer. And then and then he became like a chain smoking maniac on like Channel 9. And then he became like a national icon like Jerry Springer. So I look up to these guys to host shows like that. It's crazy. It's mayhem. People either love them or hate those types of shows. But when you put yourself in front of a camera and you do shows like that, it's kind of like you have a contract, and the contract says right now the public has the right to make fun of you, love you, hate you, do whatever they want to you, and you really can't do nothing except like take your hand and slap. So. But I just wanted to pay my respects to Jerry Springer. I got to meet him briefly for about 1 minute in the hallway after a professional fight. I lived in Vegas 10 years, and I ran into him. It was just he and I, and he actually talked to me like I was a friend. He made my day, and I became a bigger fan of his just by hanging out with him for about 60 seconds. And that's 60 seconds that made my day. So, normally I talk about LiveGood on this channel, but he lived amazing. He lived great. He was full throttle, and love or hate Jerry, you got to admire his just iconicness of badassness. So, all right. Well, good morning. I produced a show yesterday, a car show with my buddy Blaine with Rock and Hot Rod Productions, and had a great day. It was a birthday celebration with free donuts, and had about 100 cars show up, and we just enjoyed the Salt Lake City sun. I filmed a bunch. If you ever want to go to one of my channels, it's called Car Show Cruise. And if you go to carshowcruise.com, it's a Facebook page, and I just show all the cars and trucks and motorcycles, and I'm real busy. Today I'm at Valley Fair Mall at 5 o'clock, just a massive mall on the west side of Salt Lake City. We'll kick off that show at 5 o'clock. JC Hackett Productions, cranking tunes, and it should be a fairly large show of 100 and something cars. And then on Saturday, there's a really beautiful, it's more of a lowered classic truck, like the 60s, 70s trucks. That's one of the themes, but there'll be tons of cars and motorcycles and whatnot as well. And maybe at the end of the video, I'll kind of show what it's all about. Well, you know what? Heck with it. I can't just promote LiveGood 24 hours a day. You got to have a life too. And remember, with LiveGood, the beautiful part, seriously, about this company is it's only been around as an affiliate since December 13th. All right, it's April as I produce this video. And in 4 months, I tell everybody, this company is in Pampers. It's in diapers. It's at the beginning stages. They're working out the bugs. They've perfected, I think, the way that the matrix is, the downline, the pay plan, the products, the distribution of it. It's so successful. I think they got 2 warehouses now coming in and doubling up the production because the products really sell, like for real. It's not like some sham where you pretend to buy the products and you put them in your garage so you can try to make money. But I admire LiveGood. And we can talk a little bit more about that in a sec. I just thought, maybe you can kind of see a little bit about what I do as well. And this is the show that's going on today. So Valley Fair Mall. And there'll be hot rods, classics, cars, crazy handmade cars out of Mad Max. You remember Mad Max with Mel Gibson? And I remember there was one with Tina Turner, and the new version with Charlize Theron. Here's some of the owners. Just great guy. Here's Blaine, and this guy's a real successful guy. He's Ron Case. He owns the biggest roofing company in Salt Lake City. And there's Jill, his wife, and there's Belle, the Saint Bernard, sitting in the back, and he's a rescue dog. He had a really tough life, and Jill and Blaine took him in, and boy, that dog Belle, she gets the best food and the best love. And here's me and my best bud Scott. We've been best pals for 40 years, and we just walk around and film all the cars. Here's just a handful. And with our car shows, I mean, you can even have kind of a beat up car that you just got and you're just starting out in the car business. And that's okay. If it's rusted and messed up, who cares? Bring it down and build it as you go. We're not going anywhere. You know, cool VW, beautiful 56 Chevy. There's just a mint condition 67 convertible. It's a 4-speed, and I'm telling you, every single bolt on this car is brand new. It's insane how nice. I love these Volkswagens. I'm a big fan. I grew up kind of by the beach in Santa Barbara, and I idolized the VWs and the surfboard crowd. So when it comes to old VWs lowered, and I just love them. I'll show you a couple pictures of them. But like this, just lowered, surfboard rack. You could even put things on the side to make it look like Herbie the Love Bug. But this one, just beautiful. Just an insanely beautiful car. So we do VWs, the thing. Oh my God, 67 GTOs, and then hot rods come from the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, and this is that convertible Camaro. I mean, look at the restoration of this car. I mean, blood red. It is just gorgeous. I would crap to drive this every day. It's so cool. But yeah, this is what I do. If you want to get to know who this crazy guy is that shaves his beard every 30 days and grows a white one magically. 68 convertible GTO. This is a 4-speed, by the way. So whoever bought this was a maniac. They're like, let's get a fast car with the big engine Ram Air, and let's get a 4-speed, and then for cruising, we'll get a convertible. This car's priceless. And then the 76 Z28 in the back, they're making a comeback. I mean, they are just so fun to see now. But yeah, this is what I do. I've got 4 shows coming up just this week alone. And, cars and trucks and everything else. So I just wanted to kind of pay tribute to Jerry and show just some of the cars. Well, if you got another minute, yeah, what the heck. I know on YouTube, it's like everyone's attention span's 4 seconds. So if you don't capture them the first 4 seconds, they tune out. So if you're not watching, I don't care. I had a good day, and I filmed all these great cars. There's a mobster car. There's the biggest car ever made. This is a rare car. Where is it? Look at that. That's an international truck, and you'll never see another one of these on the street. Just clean as heck. Yeah, and this is just one we do. We're just in a donut bar and grill. It's called Dolly Donuts Bar and Grill, and it's on 3400 South State in Salt Lake. And yeah, once a month we go down there, and yeah, Blaine fires up the badass sound system, and yeah, look at that. That's a Studebaker. You'll never see one of those. That is an actual Studebaker truck. And yeah, good crowd too. You can't ask for a nicer group of people than the car show circuit. They just love to hang out, get their lawn chairs, talk about what they've done. One thing about this is when you can afford these type of cars and have time off, you learn a lot. And I'm serious. This is a good LiveGood kind of compliment into the business side, because it's important to make money. I mean, let's be serious. It's extremely important to make money and break even if you have rent, food, cell phone. You guys know what I'm talking about. Most people need about $2,500 to $4,000 a month. If they have a family, or if you're by yourself, it's very easy to need $2,500 or more a month just to live in a basic apartment with the basic necessities to get up and breathe every day. But when you can get to a level of where these cars, they're anywhere from 20 to 150,000, and we have even more expensive cars than that. A couple days ago, the show had over $6 million of exotics show up. And when you meet people that can afford those type of cars and have time off to enjoy, you really learn a lot by just rubbing elbows. And I'm not shy. I go up and talk to everybody. Some of the exotic guys, they look like law firm guys right out of a movie where they're just ready to sue. And another guy might look like he's been working underneath a transmission all day, and he owns two Lamborghinis because he worked his ass off, saved his money, and did things conservatively and nice. So, but the best part about meeting people in the car show or truck or car business, and I do all three, is the personalities of each person. You can learn a lot just by talking about their cars and where they've been and what they've done. And it's an amazing journey where they just took effort and followed through on either a dream, and they could even have been born into a business, like maybe their family owned the largest farm in Idaho, and they just carried on their family tradition, but they still had to take effort and pride and carry on that name. And they might not have even wanted to be in the farm business, but just to the loyalty of the family, they kept it going, and they made good decisions, and now they're available to take time off. It was Wednesday yesterday. It was just a normal Wednesday in Salt Lake. You can see on the side of my screen, it was bright blue, and about 100 cars showed up and enjoyed donuts, and we sang happy birthday to McCade, and other people were young. We had, and I'm going in my high 50s, 60. These kids I call them kids, they were like 25, and they showed up with the VWs, and they're just so fun and full of life, and they talked about the engine, and their lives are basically starting. But they made a decision and somehow were able to afford the VWs, and on a Wednesday afternoon come by and hang out in the sun for a few hours and have some fresh, warm donuts and ice cold iced tea outside because it's almost summertime here in Salt Lake. So one of the best parts about freedom is just to be able to hang in a parking lot on a Wednesday from 5 to 8 o'clock. It blows my mind away. What I'm always worried about is you'll hear about inflation, you'll hear about the government, you'll hear a lot of negative stuff. All right? I've been in media for 30 some odd years, and even my television friends. I specialize in FM rock radio, but my friends that are in the television business, it's like, look, there's no doubt about it. When we get up, we need to promote the negative because that is ratings. People get nervous and they tune in and they want to see if they're going to die tomorrow because Bill O'Reilly or Tucker Carlson or Don Lemon gets fired. And at the end of the day, do you think anyone in back of my head here with all the cars that I just showed you gives a rat's ass about what they had done to them? Just like those that got fired don't care about what happened in the parking lot of Dolly's Donuts. So just be real careful about how the media and how other people's drama can bring you down. I really do worry about that because I see it every day. I'm really social and I know I talk too much. But boy, when you're social like me and you talk to a lot of people, I'm really good at sitting back with my 6'2" body and I listen and I watch people. And misery loves company, trust me. And I know you've heard that phrase. Just be careful because you don't want to be one of those guys or girls. You're always going to have drama, always, no matter what. But you got to get over it fast, unless something critical, just like poor Jerry Springer. 6 months ago, he didn't know he had cancer. And the article I read, it said at the first of the year, and it's only April, but that means he only found out he had cancer about 3 months ago, and he just died today. Well, late last night, early this morning. So, boy, life, isn't it crazy? I mean, I don't know the future or the past, or if I'm coming back as a tree or another Corey Draper guy with maybe a different eye color and hair color, and maybe I'm short and speak Spanish. But I don't know. Just be careful about all the negative out there. It really does love to consume you, and misery loves company. And I'm no better. I mean, I'm just giving you advice that I've seen, but I always talk about drama too and kind of look at things in a certain way. But I realize as a grown-ass man that I need to do my best to get over whatever I can. And if there's people kind of influencing my thoughts, I'm like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, okay, I got to go. Because I'd rather go and hang out with the car show and truck and motorcycle guys and girls and hang out and talk about what they've done and where they've been and what they're going to do this weekend. So, all right. Well, anyway, this isn't really a video of much learning, I guess, technically about LiveGood. All I can tell you is that I make time for LiveGood. I've got a very busy life, and I love it that way. I'm not a guy looking to retire. I have to work. I need to feel valuable. And with LiveGood, I was telling my friend last night, I really think that most people that give this company a chance can make it work to at least $100 to $500 to $1,000 a month of realistic income coming in, because so many people will believe in the products for real because they're wholesale, not retail. And then on top of that, it only takes $10 a month and only $40 to be an affiliate. Baby steps. All right. If you're new to affiliate marketing or whatever you want to call this, take baby steps. And you know what? The best way to do it is on a budget. Do it in a realistic way financially. And then in about a day, you'll realize, wow, this is an amazing opportunity. They could charge $1,000 for this. And I would honestly go, you know what? It's worth 10 $100 bills. And I know $1,000 is a lot of money. And most of you have probably put that into businesses of online opportunity, or maybe a brick and mortar store or education. In the way gas has been, you probably put $1,000 of gas in just the last 2 months if you drive. So anyway, give it a shot. All I can say is I think it's a cool company. And if you want to go to pleasewatchvideo.com, that's just I own that website. Watch some video, look at some people, study what our products are. And I really hope you do, because you can make money as an affiliate. But I really hope that you study the products and get to learn them and get to love them and hopefully use them as well, like I do. So, all right. Well, I wish I almost have a tear in my eye. Remember at the end of the Jerry Springer show, he had like a 30-second monologue of advice. And I really valued that. And you know, he wrote every one of those. He didn't have script writers and thousands of people come in and write what he was going to end. What's it called? An epilogue, or, you know, but I think you guys know at the end of the Jerry Springer show, he'd come out and just kind of sum up the craziness of entertainment that he just provided us. And God, I wish I had something kind of prolific to say, but he entertained us. I mean, you know, like I said, love or hate, or just kind of go, wow, what a guy. But rest in peace there, Jerry. And until next time, I think that's what he said. So, all right, I got a video right after this. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.